Hello guys, welcome to programming coding. In the last tutorial I talk about conditionals, talk about if else statement, else if statement. So today we're talking about loops. So we have different type of loop. We have the for loop, the do loop, the do while loop. So we are going to talk about these three loops. So loop is just like we want to continue running the statements when a certain condition is true. So let's see, for wow. Let's see for don't even rush it. So in this for block, first we are going to initialize a variable called I. Most times we use I in programming or index. So that means that is where we are starting from. You understand better. So if I, okay, let's say we want to print all numbers from 1 to 10. So instead of writing if statement and echoing it out, that means we need to write like 11 if statement to run this out. You can just write a for loop statement, then the code will keep running, print it out until a certain condition is met. So I is equals to 11 and I plus. So we're saying start from 0, echo so we are saying this first statement is for initialization of our loop variables. Then the second statement here is our conditional. So when this condition is met, the iteration will stop. Then this is what we want to do, like the order. We want to keep implementing it. So let's run it and see what will happen. So you see we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and just add break so you can see it clearly. So see started from 0 to 10. So let's see how this works. We say our I is 0. I say as long as 0 is equals to 11, then print 0. So we print 0. Then the second iteration, then we increment 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1. Then we won't go to this statement again. This statement is going to execute once. So you see now our I is 1. Then as far as 1 is less than 11, print 1, then increment it by 1, increment 1 by 1, then that will be 2. Then we keep incrementing everything until 10. Then now that I is 10, I 10 is less than 11, so it's going to print 10. Now our I would be 11, so 11 is not less than 11. 11 is equals to 11, so it's not going to run this. So it will stop the iteration, then it's going to print from 0 to 10, and that is what I've seen here, 0 to 10. So that is how for loop works. Then do loops is quite the same. It's the same as for loop. Do while loop, for us to print from 0 to 10, we're just saying that do this, whatever we write in here, while as far as this condition is true. We're going to say I, we are going to use our I variable again. I want to say if I is lesser than or equals to, don't forget that we need to initialize, we will be the one to initialize ourselves. So we're saying our I is equals to 0. Then say if I is less than or equals to 0, echo I. Then want to add the break, so it will be, everything will be on the line. So let's see what will happen. Still the same. Oh, alright. We have an infinite loop here. So what's wrong? Oh, sorry. Now, the reason why that happened is we didn't increment this, so to keep running forever. Our I will still be 0 then, to keep running forever, because 0 is less than 10, so this code will keep running. So we need to add our increment, we need to increment 0, then as we keep incrementing, just like the for loop works, we started from 0, so to check 0 is less than 10, okay, echo it out. 1 is less than 10, echo it out, down to 10. So because 10 is equals to 10, it's going to echo 10. Remember here that we incremented it, so it's going to be 11. Our I is going to be 11 now, because 11 is not greater, is not lesser than 10 or equals to 10. So we're going to print out 0 to 10. We're not going to print 11. So that's all about do while loop. So we have while loop. While loop is same as do while, because instead of having this do loop, is also the same, it's almost the same, because this while is going to run this condition, it's going to run the code as far as this condition is true. So it's almost the same. Remember that we wrote, let's say how to convert a do while loop to do. So our statement is 1 I is equals to 0. So as far as I is less than or equals to 10, we're still going to do the same thing. Okay, this is do while, sorry. Right. While loop. So I'm going to echo I we are going to echo I, then break everything, so to be on the line. It's almost the same thing. You can just see the difference. While it's still the same condition you're writing, still the same condition as. So this do, now I said do is going to, the do, any code you write under this do block is going to execute. So we don't need do. So this will be while anything, if this condition is true, any code that is under this do block is going to run. Then don't let us make the same mistake we made the last time. We increment our I, so we will not have an infinite loop. So still the same, still going to run the same thing. So this is all about iterations. So we've discussed about for loops, while loops, do while loops, do loops. So I think we need to do an exercise. We need to do an exercise. This is also an exercise, but we need to do something more interesting than just writing while loops. So with what you've learned, you can just keep practicing until you get comfortable with it. So the next tutorial, the next video, we're going to look at something more interesting. Something more interesting. So in our next video, we'll be looking at constants and arrays. So thanks for watching. If you find this video interesting and educative, you can click the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.